What's up guys, Jake Hutton from Fitness Culture. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that everyone hates. Long duration, low intensity, steady state cardio. So those really long cardio sessions that are sometimes necessary if you want to cut down into those really low body fat percentages. So the way that we like to mix it up so it's not so boring and it adds an element of athleticism and functionality to your training is to choose different core movements, and we pair them together in a way that it keeps your heart rate up the entire time, and really you can count that as your cardio and cut your cardio time in half. So there's a few reasons why these long cardio sessions are great. One obviously is for the body fat reason, trying to cut your body fat down, burning those calories. The next would be active recovery. And one thing that's not as beneficial from just going on a long jog or walking on the treadmill forever is you're not really putting your body through functional athletic ranges of motion. And that's really the way that we set this up. You're moving, you're bending at the hips, you're gonna drive through with your shoulders, you're activating your shoulders, and that's really helping your full body recover a little bit better and really getting a good active recovery. So the way that we like to set it up, we pick 3 movements and you're gonna roll through each movement with no rest. Obviously there's gonna be a little bit of muscular fatigue and failure coming in, so you have to let yourself recover through that and then just keep moving. The goal is to keep your heart rate up the entire time and keep moving through the movements. So we pick 3 movements and we do 3 sets of 3 movements. That usually takes about 30 minutes. So let's say you have a 60-minute cardio session. You can do your 3 core movements for 30 minutes and then do your walking on a treadmill or rowing or whatever you want to do for that last 30 minutes. All right, so the way that we usually set up our triplets on our core movements, we try to pick one that's gonna get your heart rate up a little bit, right? So something that's more athletic, maybe a little bit explosive, that you're actually moving your entire body. And then we pick another couple or another 2 that are just more core-based movements. They might not get your heart rate up as much, but they're enough to keep your heart rate up throughout the tricep, right? So today we're gonna show you an example of a grouping of 3 that we would put together in one of our programs. So the first one we're gonna show you today is just a landmine rotational punch. So it's a pretty functional movement. You're gonna set up in a nice wide base. You're gonna row and then punch through into the barbell just like that. So the goal here is really to make sure when you roll up, when you punch, you're really punching through with that hip, getting good hip rotation into the bar and then coming through, right? So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna come up. So obviously, if you did 10 reps of that each side, your full body's moving, it's gonna get your heart rate up, and then you'll move on to the next exercise. So the next core movement that we have in our tricep today is gonna be a strict toes to bar. So you'll just hang from the bar, squeeze your feet together, point your toes, and then just come straight up to the bar and control it back down. If you wanna make it a little bit more difficult, you can punch it up at the top. Press it all the way up, and then control it back down. All right, the next movement we have today is just gonna be your standard plank. We add a lot of planks to pretty much every tricep that we do just because planking is great for your core. It's kind of the foundation of your core. So we like to add them in to almost every tricep. So in a good plank, we're just gonna do a forearm plank. And the biggest thing here is to make sure that you're flat, you're squeezing your glutes the entire time, and you're keeping your core nice and tight. The biggest mistake we see on a plank is people just hanging out. And yeah, you can probably hang out for an hour like this, but your core's not even engaged. So you don't want your lumbar to be an extension. You wanna squeeze your glutes, flex your lower abs, and then hold a nice tight plank the entire time. It's gonna make it a lot more challenging. All right, so that gives you a little idea of how we kind of set up the triceps for these core days. For me, I like to do it with a heart rate monitor on, because that way I can see where my heart rate is the entire time. And usually I can keep it around 130, 140 if I move through them quickly and just don't take a lot of rest in between the sets. So like I said before, we usually set up 3 different triceps during this. So that was just one tricep, then we'd move on to the next and finish with a third. And then we'd move on to our cardio for the day. All right guys, that wraps it up for today. Hope you can use this tool to kind of help make your cardio a little bit more fun and not so boring, and also bring some functionality and athleticism into your training. So we put a link in the description where you can download a full day of how we would set this up and what it would look like. So if you want to click that link, you can download it. Thanks for checking this out. If you like the content, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.